Hey,
Hi. It's pretty loud back here. Okay, so I'm sorry.
I love it.
Okay, wait. I'm literally just like, oh, there's so much going on. My daughter's like right next to me.
You mute your audio, Ruthie.
Can you hear me or no?
Yeah, but I'm saying mute your audio if you're not
Oh,
talking.
mute my audio. Yes, of course. Yes, duh.
Hey, I wanted to ask you a question. Oh, Trisha's on.
Okay, go ahead.
I wanted to ask you a question. I don't know if you have something to talk about, but I wanted to ask you a question. I know for you, you were working the business for a while and kind of not into it. And then I know something clicked at some point. I just wanted to hear from you, like what clicked and what were you not doing and what did you start doing that made you just start to take off?
Yeah. I literally just started to actually send invites every single day instead of like once or twice a month. Honestly, before I would like send invites at the end of the month because I'm trying to hit Success Club, but I wasn't doing it all the time. And I never talked about coaching. So talking about coaching, you're not going to get business builders. You're not going to get people to join you unless you actually talk about coaching. And I just kind of had to because I was in school and I didn't want to take out $1 million in loans. And I was like, hey, I need this to work. And honestly, even in school, when I was doing it, I never thought that I would be doing this full time because I was going to school. It's what I was wanting to do, right? But then when I got done with school, I was like, this is a million times better than what I went to school for. So I kind of, at that time, I was like, hey, I have to make a certain amount of money with coaching or else I have to take out loans to live, So I just had to make it work. And that's why I just was like, hey, I just need to hustle and do it, even when I don't want to do it. But then the more I did that, the more I was like, okay, this is actually really awesome. And the more people wanted to come to me or wanted to do this with me and wanted to work the business. I think Sandra's muted or.
Oh, there we go. Sorry.
There you go. I don't know where that cut off, but.
You were saying the more people started doing it, you're saying it is awesome or whatever.
Well, yeah, like the more I just talked about coaching in general, the more people actually started to want to do it with me.
And posts and stuff?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and send out just coaching invites. Because so many people will send out, Trish, we cannot see you. So many people will just send out challenger invites like it's nothing, but never just specifically to coaching. So I just started to literally just send out invites to coaching to have people coach with me instead of just leading with the challenge group. I led with coaching and fell back onto the challenge group.
And you'd find that people would start coaching even if they never did Beachbody?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, a lot of people did. Because I talked about the community and having that it's helped so much with my confidence and stuff like that. And that's what people wanted.
And so you went from a few invites to, what would you say? Like, would you like take out your paper and start tracking, or would just be on your phone and just start sending them like?
I would write down who I sent invites to, and I still do it. I write down who I sent invites to, and then if they respond and want information, I just highlight it. So I know that's easy to find when I'm doing follow-ups. But yeah, so an example of a script I'd use to reach out to people watching my stories. So, I mean, same stuff that we've all said. I use the same things. Let me see where one is. So say somebody's watching my stories, I would just say, hey, change their name. I saw you were checking out my stories and wanted to reach out and say thanks. I'm actually gearing up for my October boot camp. If you'd like to snag a spot, let me know either way. If you want info, I appreciate the love and support. I'm super short because if somebody writes something long, I won't read it. So I try to keep it super short. So like coaching ones, I still say it to still now. I say like, hey, I've been creeping on your page, or I've loved getting to know you. Just let you know, you would like be the perfect type of person to coach on my team. Have you ever thought about it? Yeah. So they might say, no, I've never thought about it. and they might take months to come around, but at least they're like planting that seed, being like, what is coaching? Or like, you know what I mean? I feel like people don't ignore that invite as much as, do you want to coach? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
Because people, it's so easy to invite to a challenge group, but to invite to coaching is a little more uncomfortable.
Yeah. Would you say like 10 invites a day is enough to build a business?
Depends on what you're pushing for. Yeah, it depends on what season you're in, I think.
Yeah.
So if you're wanting to like, so say you're at Diamond and you want to get to 2-star, you probably need to send more than that.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? Like say you send, but you could even cut it. So say you send 20 invites a day, do 10 coaching invites and 10 just challenge group invites. You're doing a little bit of both. That's what I would do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
okay,
Trisha,
I won't hog you the whole time. Someone else could ask.
So yeah, Trish, I don't know why your face isn't showing, but you can just type or talk if you have a question. Ruthie, what do you tell people when people ask you how much does the average starter coach make? I don't get that much. I just say it totally depends on what the time you're willing to put into it. Because let's be honest, there's people that have coached for 6 years and don't even make $500 a month. And then Micah that's coached for 6 years and makes almost $100,000 a month. Do you know what I mean? Like there's such a big issue, literally the time and the effort that you want to put into it. And so that's a hard question to really ask and just be like, you can make as much as you want to put the effort into it, you know? I don't know. That's hard to ask or to answer.
Yeah. So I get asked that a lot. My biggest problem right now, I think I reach out to like people who check out my stories, but like I was telling Micah, if I don't start getting, like I have discount coaches 100%, and the only like real coaches that I have, the only reason I was able to reach Diamond is because I was helping my mom and my husband. But outside of that, like I really have a hard time with people wanting to do the do the coaching opportunity to actually like, you know, make some income on it. And I have a hard time explaining it to them, but for some reason that when I get close to it, they say, well, what does somebody like that make? And I don't know if they're prying to see how much I'm making, or if they really want to know. And it's hard for me to just tell them like I just say, well, you know, you make as much as you put in. And they're like, yeah, pass. But I really want I really need to get coaches. I really need to get active coaches who want to work the business. And it's been 4 months, 4.5, 5 months already. And outside from my husband and my mom, and maybe one other gal who every now and then gets a couple of challenge packs under her, I don't have any real coaches.
It's only been 4 months. That's
I was gonna say that's normal. No?
I don't know. I'm like,
I know that's not what you want to hear.
I should have a team already. Like I feel like I should have like I should have people like
okay,
I don't know. Like,
how many coaches total do you have right now? Ish. You have like maybe 15 coaches under you?
Well, I reached Diamond this month, so I don't know.
Yeah. So say maybe 15 coaches. You guys, 1 out of every 10 coaches you guys sign, 1 is going to actually do anything.
Yeah.
So you have to think about that. Like, if you have 1 that's selling a couple of challenge packs, sometimes like that's not terrible. So don't be so rushed into being like, well, why don't I have all these business builders? You just got to get more coaches in general. And at some point they will be business builders. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. So I have and again, this is like, I tell Micah that I focused a lot of my early energy in my warm market, and that I'm grateful for. But now I feel like I need to be better about reaching out to just like inviting. And I didn't practice that as much in the beginning. Now I am. But I know a few people that are like a few women that are stay-at-home moms, and they post every day. It's like they post every day how, like, you know how you could just pick up how they need something else in their life. Like they'll post like quotes about wanting fulfillment in their lives. And it's like, okay, I know that they need this but how do I like communicate?
I would just ask them.
And I get stuck.
I know, but just ask them. Send a video so they can see your face, or at least a voice memo, and just say, "Hey, I promise I'm not creepy. I'm not weird, but I've seen your post," and just be like, "I was there." You can relate to them and just be like, I know how that feels. Tell me if I'm wrong, but like this has been something that has filled that hole that I had in my life. Like I would just relate to them and just invite them. What are they going to say? Like, no, fine. You know what I mean?
I know.
Planting that seed.
I just have to be patient. Like plant the seed, and then maybe it's like how she said in the, early, the people that we're reaching out to now might be the ones that will, be signing up like in January and February. So
for sure. Yeah. Just be
that's
patient.
the tough part.
Yeah. But I would not hesitate to reach out to those people because I've totally done that. I've had people that post about like hating their jobs or needing jobs, and I'll reach out and just be like, hey, like I've been in that place. I know how that feels and it sucks. But I found something, and I would feel selfish not to just tell you. You can totally tell me no, but I just feel like I needed to tell you. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
And I get a lot of that. Well, and I think there's like a bias with me because I have like a lengthy sales background, and they think that but this is so out of my element. Like this is so not the type of sales that I ever did. So I think they say, oh, well, it's easy for you because, you're in sales. I'm like, I don't want to say no, it's not easy, because then I don't want to discourage them from thinking that it's not doable. But I just like, I get frustrated.
Yeah. And just be like, I'm not necessarily selling products. This is so different than just selling a product. It's like selling a lifestyle. It's totally different.
It is. Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay. So if it's okay to ask, I think, so one of the questions that we were chatting about in the group was the point system. Could you explain to us how that point system works for the Dash again? Because we kind of sort of decided, how one person has to put the points every week.
Yeah.
Like, can you just kind of give us a rundown on how that works again so that I know that I'm doing it correctly? Because I'm not quite sure.
Well, hold on. Micah posted. Did you guys see the post that Micah made in the history?
It's the first page in the Google Drive, right?
Yeah. So earn points. So really, like this post that Micah posted, if you just go through it. So if you're someone that used to be diamond and you fell and you got your diamond back, that's 5 points. If you used to be ruby, you got your ruby back 7. If you used to be diamond, you got your diamond back.
Do you want me to take care of that since I understand that lingo a lot more?
Yeah, it's super. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably better.
It's super.
Okay, I'll look at it. I'll look at the post.
Because, and then another question was, you know how the Dash got pushed? Like by a day or two because there wasn't enough girls? What's the official date? And the reason I ask is because on that Wednesday, I signed up a few people. So I don't know if that counts. Like, is there like a specific, if it was a day before, then it doesn't count as points?
Well,
or
did it help with like your rank or success club?
I held my rank because I had talked to Micah and she said, you need this challenge pack under you, or you need 2 under your husband so that you can hold your diamond rank. And so does that count?
Yeah, no, that should count because that counts for the whole
That's
month.
what I thought.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
So it should count because we're counting like the whole month of October, right?
Yeah. Or the whole month of October. Yeah. So the points are monthly. So
the points are monthly. Okay, got it. So then I'll send you that info, Sandra, because I did sign up a couple people already. All right.
Trisha, do you have anything for Cozy? We only have 5 minutes left and we hogged her the whole time.
I don't know, Cozy. What have you been? What are the main questions
No.
people have been
Ruthie,
asking you?
let Trisha talk. She hasn't said anything. God.
I'm gonna mute it.
She has 5 minutes.
I'm half an hour past my bedtime. I just struggle with inviting and following up. Like that's always been just trying to fit the time in.
Okay. Well, are you sitting down, like, are you spending time doing like a power hour?
No.
Okay. So,
No.
so I truly believe no matter how busy people are, you have time to set aside. If you have to get up 15 minutes earlier, do it. If you have to go to bed 15 minutes later, do it. You just need to sit down, put distractions aside, and just bust it out. Even if you did it for 45 minutes, that's better than not doing any, you know? And even if you sent 5 invites, that's better than sending none. You don't need to go and send 20, 30 invites a day. Not everybody needs to do that. If you sent 5 days a week, that would still grow your business. You know what I mean?
Like I get up at 5, get my son ready. I'm off to work. I will start work at 8. My lunch, I work through my lunches most times. I get home at like 5:45, and then I'm trying to fit family life in. And then by the time 8 o'clock rolls around, I'm like, I don't
You're
want to be here.
exhausted. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Plus
that's
I have
hard.
schooling on top of everything.
Yeah. No,
So,
that's hard. But even if you're sending, like, honestly, if you're posting some posts or stories, go to the people that are watching your story or liking some of your posts and just send them an invite. Super short and sweet.
and that's another thing. Like I'm consistent with getting up, doing my workout, and I'll post my stuff with the half an hour that I get during work. Like
Yeah.
I'll post videos of me
Yeah.
working out. But that's it. And then I go back to try and follow up on them. I scroll through them all, but then I get distracted and I don't write them down. And then the videos are gone from my.
So are you doing it on Instagram or on?
I only use Instagram.
Okay. So on Instagram, I would just go to your posts. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Go to your story, pick 5 people, send a message. You can send the same one. That's better than not sending any at all. Send 5 messages. And then go, and if they respond, you can go to your messages, and there's those 3 lines at the top on the right. You can flag a message.
Okay.
And then it's so much easier to go back and just follow up with those people because your messages won't disappear. But
Like
if
I used to put them in collections, but I'm not there yet.
Yeah,
I just wanted
don't
to
do that right now.
get into a groove.
Yeah, don't do that right now. Literally just go and send 5 messages. If they respond, flag it so that you can follow up with them. That's what I would do.
That's a start.
Yeah, that should be much easier and be able to give you a little bit of time to just bust that out really quick, and at least you're making some invites and some connections in that way. Better than nothing.
Trish, you're going to be tired at 5. You're going to be the same amount of tired at 4:45. If you get up 15 minutes earlier, I get up at 4 now. But I do my meditation, I do all that stuff. But literally, as long as you know exactly where you're going to go and who you're going to invite, that's the battle right there. So if you have like 5 minutes the night before, just click on your story viewers, pick 5 people, like Cozy said. In the morning, it's like that book, Eat That Frog. Like invites is literally like 15% of your business, but it like yields 80% of the results.
Yeah.
So you wake up at 4:45, get your coffee, and send those 5 invites to whoever you planned from the night before. And you have that done, and you have that peace of mind. That goes so far during the day, you know?
Yeah. So true. So true. Okay. You can do it. Okay. Have a good night, you guys.
Thank you so much, Cozy.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
Bye.